Well, dare I give a flip side?
There you do.
Their own.
You know, I remember it came back to me just now. I remember I got into a disagreement with my ex-boyfriend. I wasn't even with him anymore. I'd gone on. He just saw me one day talking to he saw me driving another guy's car. Well, we're not together no more. So I'm driving another guy's car. And he just shows up and just starts whooping on me. I am dumbfounded. I don't even know what happened. I don't know how this happened. I blacked out for a minute. I didn't even, when something's happening and you just got surprised by it, you just kind of like, I got to catch up with what just happened.
We'll come back to that.
But I didn't know what to do because I had never had this happen before. And so one of my friends was like, you need to go to the police. So I went to the police. I sat down and gave a report. And they was like, let's just bring him in for mediation. You're not trying to lock him up? You're not trying to put him up under the jail? You're not trying to put handcuffs on him? You don't even want to know, no, we just want to sit down and have mediation. You want to sit down and we just talking. I'm telling them, I feared, oh my gosh, I didn't have anybody, I went through all of that. Nothing even happened. Nothing even happened. So I got to go back to college with this big black eye and I'm trying to wear makeup. So everybody that knows me knows I don't wear makeup. But now I'm wearing a whole face full of makeup, trying to wait till my bruised eye goes down. But when I went to the police, I didn't get any help. I didn't get anybody who was ready to go and fight for me. And at that time, I didn't have, my little brother is all I had. I didn't have cousins and them that I could go to and say, there he at, that's where he stayed and whatever. I didn't have that. So, or my dad or whatever. I didn't have that. So to say on the flip side, you go to them. Let me tell you something. Black women, we learned that when we had the doctor on this show. There's a stigma over us that Black women can handle pain in the medical field. So since you can handle pain, you all right. You all right. I hadn't seen this dude in a long time. He just jumped up out of nowhere. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, well, I don't know what to do. And then I call the police and this is what I get. You all right? Because Black women are known to be able to, listen, if you go back in your history and look at a lot of the different, in the medical field, they did a whole lot of experiments on us because we're able to handle pain. What does that say?
I want to interject what Anthony Bruce just said to what you just said, Mama Noise, because he makes a powerful statement as well. He says a lot of the women that he dated when he was single said they didn't know how to be in a non-abusive relationship. That's a scary statement.
But think about it. You let it go on. If you let something like that go on year after years after years after year, till people get so used to it, an abusive relationship just becomes another relationship. If that's all you see, it's all you hear about, that's all you know.
You're saying it's not, you wouldn't even classify it as abusive if it's normal, is what you're saying.
A lot of women don't classify it as abusive. They see it as normal. He loves me because he hits me. He loves me. And it becomes a norm.
But that's also coping. Most people normalize their dysfunctions in order to cope with their dysfunctions.
And really, look at the next biggest thing: murder. Look at Black people killing each other. It's normalized.
Right? Can I tell you why what we're talking about tonight is so scary to me? Because here's a young lady who in the interview, and I would encourage any and everybody to go back and watch the entire 12-minute interview. One of the things I left out of the interview was her saying, it is affecting how I deal with relationships. I don't talk to people for more than 30 minutes. I cry all the time. And I don't want to stand there in front of people and start crying. I don't want to stand in front of people and expose myself too much because then they'll see all of the stuff that I'm going through. Here's a woman who shakes her ass on a regular for money, basically. I mean, she's shaking her ass and rapping her lyrics for money. Hold on, what I'm saying. Hold on, Ryan. I want you to hear what I'm saying. Because, and I'm not saying she's a stripper. That's not what I'm saying. I know it sounds. I know I said it. I know I said it in a harsh way. But my point of saying it that way is, she is doing everything that she can do to keep from really truly dealing with the traumas that are unfolding in her life. And guess what? It is a normal Black woman response. That's what's scary about it. It has become a normal Black woman response to what Mama Noise's point is. She walked out. Go ahead.
And now some other Black man, because that's still a young woman, now some other Black man has to come along and deal with that trauma.
He's going to have to try to heal all of that.
He has to.
If she allows it. If she allows it.
Or his ass is going to add to that trauma because he's going to play on that trauma.
Right. Makes the situation worse.
So by them allowing Black men to continue, and this is probably the worst thing by allowing Black men to continue to do it and not holding their ass accountable, there's no reason for them to stop.
Men are not men because of what women allow them to do. Men are men because of their relationship with their God.
I get that, but the man, God isn't stopping this man from whooping this woman's ass.
No. A woman can't make you be a man. She can make you stop hitting her by not being around you. But
that's what I'm saying about the accountability.
But if it's not you, it's going to be somebody else. The point is, we have to man up on our own. We can't man up because of what women are allowing or not allowing.
And I get that, but my thing is, as long as women keep allowing it and not holding the knuckleheads accountable, they're going to continue to do it.
But Ron, you said it earlier. It's not that they're letting the knuckleheads do anything. There is a culture of normalizing all of this.
That's what I'm saying.
And what I'm saying is, how do you not let them do what's normal?
You gotta break that normal. You have to break that cycle. Just like we have to break the cycle of Blacks killing Blacks. As much as you don't want the police to get involved, and I understand why you don't want police involved. I understand all the shit could happen if a police officer gets involved. But you cannot continue to let a grown ass boy, I'm not even gonna say man,
right,
a grown ass boy continue to come and put his hands on you.
Because guess what we've done for. I'm sorry. Go ahead, cuz. Go ahead. I'll write mine down. My memory's better than yours.
Almost said you asshole.
And I hate to say that, man. And I hate to get the police involved, but
my issue with what you're saying, Ron, is, and I don't disagree, but I disagree. We as a people are always looking to hold someone else accountable. Women got to start holding those men accountable. We want to hold the Wahites accountable. The reality is everybody is accountable for their own behavior.
Don't disagree with that.
I will never pass the buck on to a woman on what a man does, because it is his responsibility to be true to her, period.
Right. But if he's not being true to her, do not sit there and keep taking the ass whooping.
I agree with that. But if it's not her, it's going to be somebody else until he changes. He has to change.
Or somebody changes it for him.
Well, no, that's called.
But let me add. Yeah, that's true too. Let me add another piece to this puzzle too. Here's the other part that I think has to happen. We can't keep expecting her to continue to be Megan Thee Stallion when she's really Megan Pete. Because Megan Thee Stallion didn't get shot at. That was Megan Pete. And Megan Pete was the one in that interview that had bullet fragments in her. You understand what I'm saying? We keep letting her play the character and act like, because since that incident has happened, she's released 4 or 5 different songs. Like it was, okay, well, you got shot and we just move on. And, that's not okay, Megan. That's not okay. And for us to keep putting a demand on you to shake your, that's why I made the statement I made, Ron. For you to keep us as a society and as a black community to keep putting the demand on you to continue to shake your ass and continue to rap for us and continue to entertain us. No, ma'am, go deal with your trauma first. Come back to us when you are healed. We'll be here. We ain't going nowhere.
I mean, they ain't moving.
But that's crazy to me that we keep putting that pressure on her to have to, because she said it in the interview. I feel if I turn this man in, I risk all of these other things that could happen in my career. Now I'm the snitch. Now I'm the I did this. Now I'm jeopardizing people's livelihoods and this, that, and the other. That should never have factored into that decision.
I mean, you making
there's no badge of honor in taking a bullet for somebody.
But we don't reward those that come forward and tell the truth. We ostracize them.
That was my point.
When you said that, I thought about the movie Higher Learning. When Regina King and Ice Cube went over to the frat house with the white girl who was raped and said, which one of them was it? And she's looking at all this room full of nothing but Wahite men. Mm-hmm. She said, and then now the white girl's over in the corner was like, oh, she gonna ruin it for everybody because she in here telling on folk. But she was like, that one right there. Now that's huge because, like I said, if you the person who comes forward and says this is what's happening, you got the scarlet letter. You marked now.
Lewis, cousin Lewis said, does acceptance equal encouragement?
Ooh.
Everybody's stunned on the question, I guess.
I'm not stunned. I've already spoken. You can't blame the victim for what the abuser does. You just can't. So I am accepting it for whatever dysfunctional reason I am accepting it, but that shouldn't encourage you. That's on you. I am a believer in accountability. Everything that I do is Jay Joyner's fault. It's what I did. My wife has never made me cuss her out. I cuss her ass out because I want to cuss her out.
And then she feel like she gonna smack the hell out of you for cussing her out.
Opal, blink twice and you're in trouble.
So Opal gave you accountability because she swung on you.
Baby, what you made me say. You ain't made me say shit. I said it because I wanted to say it. My point is accountability. Stop blaming other people. And then stop putting the burden on other people to hold you accountable for what you did.
I get you, and because we always talk about accountability. You got every black man, it's not even a black man. Every person has to take accountability for themselves. But if you're doing something wrong and you're not taking accountability for it at that moment, and you continue to do it, somebody has to step in and ensure that you get held accountable for it.
This don't sound bad, but here we are. I hope that she hadn't slept with him, but I have a feeling she has.
Oh, she slept with him.
And the worst part about that is that I think it's gonna come out in the wash.
Mm.
And it's gonna make the situation.
Why is that relevant?
It's not, but they're gonna make it relevant. They're gonna make it relevant. It's not relevant because one shouldn't have anything to do with the other. But they're gonna turn it into like some kind of lovers' quarrel thing and blah 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 and a misunderstanding and because I'm haunted by his words, dance bitch. Wow.
A lover's quarrel is not you shooting me in the ankle.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But you know they're gonna make it out to be just a misunderstanding.
But see, now we have to set and try to decipher the entire incident. It is how much of any of it is factual, how much of, was the argument simply because she wanted to leave and the other two people in the backseat didn't want to leave?
Yeah, everybody's story.
And that's why what I think Ron said was so prevalent, because there has to be accountability to this action. You can't just be shooting at niggas outside of a car window and it's okay. I mean, damn, what are we talking about right now? And so I wish he would have just confessed it all.
But then
I know he wasn't under
he would have to take accountability if that's the case.
Because listen, it's hard to fight the truth when the truth is all out there. It's hard to fight it when it's all out there. But the fact that there's this willing, I'm telling you, they're gonna hammer in on that. If me and all of us who are untrained in the legal system caught that everybody else caught that Did you sleep with him?
Well, I mean, they just gonna play that against her to make her look guilty for something.
Well, they're gonna say she has a propensity to lie.
Yeah, but just because she had sex with him doesn't give him the right to stick a gun out the window and say, "Damn."
It doesn't, Ron. But the problem with why she didn't come, the problem with her not coming fully forward, is that if you're lying, any lawyer that got his law degree online is gonna say, "Well, if you lied about that,
you'll lie about anything." Yeah,
exactly.
We get it. But a jury who understands the situation is going to be like,
"Oh, don't."
Oh well,
you're gonna leave it in the hands of the people that watch Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah, you giving them too much credit.
I apologize. I caught myself as it was coming out.
Right, as you tell me often. You heard it right.
I heard it.
Well, we in society need to back up off of our propensity to victimize the victim.
Yes.
Who she screwed is none of our business.
It's not.
That Negro shot that woman.
Right.
That's what
the circumstances that led up to the criminal act.
Right.
That's irrelevant.
He could have slept with her right before they went to the car, and it would not matter.
Right.
But I wish he would have told the truth, though. I'm just saying because I know how the world works.
For some reason, it matters to you.
No, it doesn't matter, but it's going to matter to the ignorant, the most ignorant among us, which is who usually ends up on those juries.
I mean, you can't find him not guilty because she lied about whether or not.
But brother,
not her.
Stop it, cuz stop that. You know, niggas will be not guilty for far less. Come on now, y'all have seen the criminal system work or not work. We've had far better evidence than that, and people have gotten off. So I'm just saying it's a janky situation, and it should not come down to that. But her credibility is going to come into question. And here's what makes it worse: she already lied once. So with two lies, now they're just stacking the deck. Damn, you just lied, don't you? You just lie. Every chance you get, you lie. Open your mouth and lie. It shouldn't matter, but it will matter.
Yeah. It doesn't matter to us.
It don't matter to me. The nigga shot her. He need to go to jail.
He ain't gonna snitch on himself. He ain't gonna take accountability, because if he's gonna take accountability, he'd have did something by now.
So what has his story been? What has he been doing since the shooting?
Trying to get his fans back and reclaim his credibility, because his credibility is shot to hell.
So no records, no music, no.
He's tried, but it's a very poor reception. Like people lot of celebrities have cut him off. They like, dog, you shooting people out here. Well, we can't rock with you.
So
So
he took a hit.
he took a very serious hit. Yes, very much so.
Yeah, he's done the reality show, right? Don't he do?
I don't know. Is he doing a reality show?
I thought he was on a reality show.
Oh God, Tori, don't do the reality show, bro. That's the bad. What PR disaster move was that?
How old is he?
Oh, God, he's young. He can't be more than. I don't think he's bust 30. He might be 30, but I don't think he's bust 30.
Reality shows is where celebrity careers go to die.
So we also have to be careful. I don't know this young guy at all. I promise you, I have no idea who he is or what he sings. So I don't know his history. But we also have to be careful destroying young lives because of foolish decisions they make at a young age. You have to be careful. Now, I know shooting somebody is a different story. I get that.
I was gonna say, I'm trying to wait a minute now. Hold on.
But even in that, everybody deserves redemption. So I'm not trying to give him a pass. Don't miss something. I believe in accountability, but I also believe that we can destroy a person's livelihood, life. We can be judge, jury, and executioner right out here in the public opinion. And he's a young man.
Very true.
I don't know how big you're supposed to be looking that up, man.
He's 29.
We're supposed to have that type of relationship where I ask the question.
I can't look. I can't sift through the Meg Thee Stallion interview fast enough. I'm like into the third page.
All right, he's 29. He's 29.
Okay. Still a young man. Still should have been wiser. And this happened, what, 2 years ago?
Yes.
27 when it happened?
Yeah.
That's young, guys. And we all know as grown-ass men, that's young.
It is very young.
It's young, but again.
So what's an appropriate punishment then?
You continue to play kids' games.
Oh, he got to pay the piper. Don't misunderstand.
Yeah.
What is that? So what's appropriate?
Well, I mean, I don't know what the laws are. I mean, I wouldn't give him life.
I'm not asking you about the laws. I'm asking you what's
I
appropriate.
don't know how long he should sit in jail, but should he go to jail? I mean, come on.
That's what I'm asking you. That's really what I'm asking you. Should he go to jail?
We can't send a signal that shooting folks is okay, and we're gonna give you time served, or we're gonna give you probation. We can't. Even if I just shot you in the ankle, still, I mean, you just can't.
Because if it's mine,
you also cannot keep sending the signal that whooping a woman's ass is okay.
Because if it's mine, there's two options I have here. Either you send him to jail or I send him to the grave. Which one would you prefer?
The question is, can you find a third option?
Not in my mind.
Well, I mean,
I shot my daughter, Playboy.
Yeah, but does the law have a third option?
I'm sure it does, but I'm not interested in that.
No, well, I understand.
Would you be interested in that, Ron?
You be doing this interview with me with a suit on. That
Right. Talkin NOIZ would dramatically change. I'd like to think that I wouldn't kill him, but I don't know.
I would kill him.
Listen, and here's another truth that we have to come to terms with, and I know it sucks to even talk about it, but most offenders, most offenders are victims themselves.
I don't disagree with that. In fact, I would argue that he probably has had an incredibly rough childhood and an incredibly.
We don't know his childhood, but it was probably.
Right. He probably has. I would think someone with the propensity to shoot somebody and say, or shoot at somebody and say, "Dance, bitch," probably has not had the greatest life. With that being said, though,
don't give him an excuse to still do it.
How tall is this little cricket?
Oh, he's very tiny dude.
This little bitty, in comparison to Megan is much taller than him. So
he might be. I don't know. He's definitely shorter than she is.
I can name 20 brothers now who's probably had a life just as bad as his, if not, could even been worse, and they still ain't doing the dumb shit that he's doing.
Bad as his, he was born in Toronto, Canada.
They have him listed at 5'3".
Yeah.
Ain't no
He's my height.
ain't no ghettos in Canada.
Nope.
That's not true. That's not true.
There's ghettos everywhere, Al.
Toronto got it.
Yeah, they're ghetto everywhere. But
It's ghetto, but it's really nice, clean streets.
yeah,
They got some clean.
Now I was gonna tell you that's true. Now I've been to Canada. Them
they,
streets
they
are clean.
get they get more snow than we do in the U.S.
Right, the streets are clean.
I'm just saying.
You're right
They ain't
about that.
hanging out on corners shooting shit up.
And it's not that other people
Right.
haven't had as bad of a life. I'm not saying that at all. But we also got to understand that I was victimized as a kid, and then I got into an industry that
That victimized me as well.
okayed my dysfunction,
Absolutely. And you can argue victimize you as well.
victimized you again, and
Yeah.
reinforced it. I mean, so
Cuz if it was yours and he shot yours.
that's an
I'm asking you, cuz I'm asking you.
unfair ass question. I almost cussed you out when you asked Ron because it wasn't fair then, and it ain't fair now.
But I'm
What was the
asking
question?
anyway.
my
If it
answer is good. So
Al, if it was yours, what would you want to what would you want to do?
If what was mine?
If Megan was your daughter and he shot her,
How old is Megan?
about the same, right?
that same age.
Probably.
I don't know.
Yeah, about the same age.
That same age. She ain't broke 30 yet, I don't think.
Well, she just graduated college, so I'd say between 25, 29.
I guess that she might not even be that old. 27.
Yeah. I knew she ain't broke 30 yet.
Yeah, she ain't. She's right around the same.
Amnesia is still too good. Amnesia is still too good to be 30.
These are young people living a very fast life.
I can't give
I
them
remember
that
when we
excuse.
were kids, if you messed around and got a Trans Am, I mean, come on, you were a big baller. You were rolling on campus. You were living, and that was a fast kind of life for our lifestyle. You know,
It's fast and trauma filled. That's the X factor. Because like she said, her mom passed right before
2019.
2019. Her grandmother's gone. Her daddy's gone. It's a hard life. It's a real hard life. They said the college are reporting at savage today, Al. I'm not sure why. They're just saying it's somewhat savage.
But again, I can't give people a pass every time
I'm not, bro. I promise I'm not.
because everybody goes through something. And I'm not gonna say 80% of the black men are out here wilding out. I think it's a smaller percentage of them that's going through this same trauma-filled shit that's acting out crazy. I mean, there's other guys who go through the same shit, end up being great people.
I'm not trying to give anybody a pass. My point, though, is as a society, we got to start analyzing what we are allowing to happen. And then when it happens and blows up in our face, we say, shame on you, bad you, bad you. But we've been allowing this shit to happen. We have a role to play. That's why I don't listen to that bullshit.
Well, that's why I said it's all about, you said the
Are you blaming the music?
responsibility, but it's everybody's responsibility to hold those people accountable.
Did you just sneak diss the music just then?
Yeah,
It felt like you just sneaked this. Boy, niggas.
I would say this, Ron. You said it's a much lower a percentage that are responding in the way he's responding, but I would counter that and say, I guarantee you it's a higher percentage of those not processing trauma properly.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, I definitely say they're not processing trauma.
So they may not be acting it out in the same manner in which he is, but womanizing. Those are all different ways are all different results of unprocessed trauma. So,
Can I say-
1% agree with you on that. I guarantee you, there's 90% of people, and I'm not just saying black people. I'm saying 90% of people. Period. They're not dealing with whatever trauma. Are they dealing with their trauma incorrectly?
Can I share something with y'all real quick? This is in the words of Cuz. This is a true story.
True story. Say win first.
Yeah. When my grandfather got back from World War II, and he went through that whole thing of working and this, that, and the other, and he got a job as a supervisor, working at one of the local plants or whatever. On Saturday nights, he would go, when I was a little boy, he would go and hook up with the boys at the bar and drink and play cards and dominoes till the wee hours of the morning. It used to piss me off as a little boy. I'm like, how you just gonna leave grandmama and go play cards and drink and come back smelling like smoke and all that stuff? Just rude. It used to make me mad. And it made me so mad, I used to hide his cigarettes as a little boy. I'd hide them in the house so he couldn't find them. And then, because I knew that nigga wasn't leaving without his cigarettes. It was last year or year before last that I realized just how bad the circumstances was that were causing him to do that. Because I was talking to a friend of mine. He said his grandfather did similar things. And he said, man, but do you realize how bad them white people treated him at that job? Do you realize how bad he had to bite his tongue in order to keep from losing his job and putting his family in a far worse situation? Do you realize how strenuous those times were? And I called my grandmother up that evening and apologized to her on behalf of my grandfather. I said, I apologize. I didn't understand. I didn't understand why he did it, and I didn't understand why you put up with it. And she said, sometimes, she said that was the worst thing he ever did. If that was the worst thing he ever did, I could tolerate that. Because he never cheated on me. He never put his hands on me. He never did anything like that. And to Al's point, and to your point, Ron, historically, we don't know what to do with this trauma. Some of us drink it away. Some of us smoke it away. Some of us adulterize it away. Some of us do a combination of all. We don't know what to do with this trauma. And here comes the blow. Y'all ready? We can't take it to the church. They tell us to take it to the Lord and leave it there.
You can take it to the Lord. You just can't take it to the church.
Well, I took it to the Lord. A lot of them took it to the Lord and that Hennessy bottle.
It wasn't Hennessy back in them days.
Well, whatever it was, they took it and tried to see if the combination would work on their behalf.
Moonshine.
And I really felt my grandfather's pain when he told me the story of his grandfather. I truly felt my grandfather's pain in that moment because I said, "Damn, I never realized it was that bad." But when you think about it, it was that bad. It was because some of them white men worked for the Ku Klux Klan.
And it still is that bad. It still is
that bad. That's exactly right. So I
guess.
Go ahead, Mom. Go ahead, Mom.
You're a man, but you're working and you get talked to like you're less than.
Less than. Like the animals get talked to better than you do.
Mm-hmm. And you know how to do the job better, or you know that you have rights, but at the same time, you're a black man.
It's tough, man. So I understand what Cuz is saying. I don't know if that would mean anything in the moment where my child, because I feel like there's a blank out moment if it's my child that I'm gonna have where I'm not just thinking rationally at all.
That's a different story.
But that was what I asked because you refused to answer it.
But even if it happens to your child, we as adults need to really start analyzing what we consider to be acceptable behavior in our community, because we are making young people. Remember, we keep talking about money is the answer. Money. Go get the money. Go get your bag. That ain't the fucking answer. I mean. I get carried away.
We're okay with that.
That ain't the answer. The answer is in your brokenness, in your dysfunction. Once you get the bag, if you haven't addressed it, then you act out just like he did.
Yeah.
And our millionaires are becoming younger and younger because of the industry.
So it's one of the most dangerous things in the world, a millionaire with trauma.
Just look at Donald Trump.
Would it be more?
I don't know if he got
the world
trauma.
is
He's just evil.
No,
the
he
most
had
dangerous world is an immature person with money.
I ain't hear from either one of y'all. Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, Ron. I'm sorry. No, he had trauma. His daddy screwed him over, treated him like a skeezer.
You think that would have made him less racist?
Is it because they only gave him $1 million versus $2 million? I'm so sorry for him.
Damn, that was about the oldest thing.
Damn it, you damn Trump.
Skeezer.
I was gonna say, would that have made him less racist if he'd have dealt with his trauma?
I ain't heard that since I was on school bus in 1984.
Skeezer.
Skeezer.
Although to answer your question, Lloyd, I think that, if I could, I felt a moment of joy that my father, if something like that would have happened, my father probably would say what he told me. He said, I told this young man that kept giving me a hard time when I was teaching the class. I kept telling him, you need to get it together, get your work done. He kept trying to clown me. He said, till I pulled him closer, Kenya. And I simply said these words: I can kill you and no one will find you. So, and he felt that was, when he told me that, he just laughed very, like somebody who was not stable.
Hey, he laughed. It was funny, but it wasn't that funny.
He was like, nobody would ever find you.
Yeah, no, he meant that what he said.
So, I believe he would be like, yeah, okay. It's all fun and games till I find you.
Right. I want to give a shout out before we head out into the sunset here in the next few minutes to Columbia University, who is out here acknowledging their ties to slavery and the KKK, and then they've decided to put up at the school historical markers on the residence halls to acknowledge the fact that we built this university on the backs of slaves, and they're going to honor the black students by reminding them daily that it's because of you that we exist. Shout out to Columbia University.
What they gonna put on the door?
They're putting up a plaque at Hartley Hall that will celebrate black students who lived there in the 20th century, which would include Langston Hughes. Similarly at Fernald Hall, they're going to put the memory of Frederick W. Wells, who was a victim in 1924, and an incident involving the Ku Klux Klan that targeted him as the school's first black student. So they're going to put up something for him. And where several Klansmen wearing robes and hoods shouted out racial slurs and burned a 7-foot-tall wooden cross at his dorm. Then they'll have a marker at John Jay Hall and one at 50 Bard Hall, which was one of the founding fathers of the United States government and the governor of New York and the first chief Supreme Court who owned at least 17 slaves. They are going to they're going all out at Columbia to make sure that they acknowledge
the 5 black people that went to that school.
I don't understand this story at all, by the way. I'd like to say for the record, I don't get this story at all.
How can they do all of that when it seems like they're doing, if you're not noticing they're quietly trying to get rid of everything even connected to Christopher Columbus, with removing his name off of the holiday and all these other things, trying to erase his existence, but yet the school wants to put up plaques and signs and carrying on.
Yeah, I'm like Anthony Bruce. How about you hit this tuition, Playboy? How about you going to give me this free tuition for black people? For
100 black students,
right, till infinity and beyond. How about that?
What's that nice scholarship program? Something.
What are we talking about? Putting up plaques? What the hell?
They spent a whole whopping $100.
Listen,
somebody funded that whole thing with a credit card.
Listen, right?
I mean, really? That's the best you can come up with is some plaques?
Higher learning, brother. Higher learning. What is higher? What is learning?
They didn't ask no black people.
There's nobody. Somebody sat at the desk one day and said, I'm going to order 4 plaques, 5 plaques. Put some names on.
That's some
It
nonsense.
is. I'm gonna say this, and I could be wrong. Y'all help me out. Y'all, I'm coming in on the ass end. So
As wrong as what?
2 left shoes.
I didn't hear the whole thing, but I'm thinking I'm hearing that a school. You said Columbia
University, yes.
in New York.
Yes.
Oh, that's the one you visited, right?
That they are. You don't have to say it with a smile, Mama.
It was next to a cemetery.
They're putting up plaques in acknowledgement of what now?
Of their role in perpetuating racism in America and we are acknowledging the fact that we've had some racial incidents here, and we built this university on the backs of slaves.
So are the plaques honoring the Wahites or honoring the slaves?
That's one of them acknowledged. Well, he wasn't a slave. They acknowledged a student. One of them acknowledged a student that happened to be black. The others, I think, were kind of a mix. Like oh my God, we shouldn't have had those 17 slaves. That kind of stuff. I don't get it. Again, I don't get any of the acknowledgement. Because if I'm the first black student and I got harassed, nigga, run the money back to my family.
But we've also always said that the first step is acknowledgement. A part of why we aren't where we need to be as a people is because we really don't know a lot of what was done to us. We only know what the white folks have told us to a degree. I mean, we have research now. We've advanced beyond that. But for many years, all we had was Kunta Kinte roots.
That's true.
We had no idea of the.
But now that we know, run us our money.
I mean, listen.
But I agree with you. But still, it has to start with an acknowledgement. Now, somebody has to come along now and say, you know what? Now that you've acknowledged that, it's kind of like the Constitution. Now that you've said "we the people," God damn it, you got to live up to "we the people" now.
Right.
So you could acknowledge, you could put all that lovely story you just said in a newspaper article, which would have been the same acknowledgement. But you're gonna spend another $75 on 4 goddamn plaques. Is where I got.
That's all we were saying. I just don't get the plaques. I agree with what you said about the acknowledgement, but let's come up with a better final solution than just some plaques on the door.
Let me tell you, them plaques to me is like when some Wahite ladies came up to me after watching that movie. What was the movie about the maids?
The Help.
The Help.
Help. After we watched The Help, some Wahite ladies, I told you, I came up to me and was like, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. We looking at them like.
Man, but you know what? That apology was empty because they ain't handing you $20 for your
I'm sitting there going, girl, if you don't go sit down somewhere.
pay for this movie. Pay for this movie and popcorn if you're sorry.
Yeah.
What about right now?
It was, first of all, the way they crept up on us, we thought we was gonna have to, scrap or something.
Listen, I'm finding out more and more that white people feel like they can invade whatever space they want to make a point.
Towns wrestles through. Jackson went down. Towns can't go in. Loose ball. Beverly trying to save it. And we have a...
So for those who don't understand what just happened,
Damn.
a Wahite lady decided, and this is the 4th one, by the way, since the playoffs started.
Oh my!
Decided to run on the court and protest whatever the hell she felt like she needed to protest. This is like the 4th or 5th one of these. My thing is, why you ain't protesting at the mall?
I mean, listen.
Why you not protesting at the St. Patrick's Day parade?
Go to the hockey game.
Go to the hockey game. Run out there on the ice and protest. Why you got to go to the NBA game where the black people are playing?
I mean, listen.
But you see, do you watch the first part of that video where old dude was watching her the entire time?
He watched it the entire time. He said,
like, come on. It's like he was, come on, do it. I dare you, do it.
He speared her like he was Goldberg.
Hey, She
See,
got
I
off.
thought they was gonna do something to him at first when he had her pinned down and everybody started running towards. I thought they was gonna tackle his ass, but
Now he was security.
yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, he was
they
security.
got her quick in a hurry with the quickness.
And,
She
and,
did
and to the credit of the security, NBA security, every single one of these that have happened this playoff, they've dealt with them very, very quickly, almost to the point where you can't even catch it on camera. That was just one where she got the right angle and the whole nine, and they just called her really good.
What did she do?
Well, she got out there.
I
You
mean,
know,
did
in
she go up
between, she got
there
in
and pull a
between two
shirt up?
people.
no, I don't know what she was gonna do. She never got a chance to do anything.
Just running out there.
She just ran out there.
Okay, well,
I do want to know what
You
they're
look
protesting
foolish.
about. I'm actually interested to find out what they are protesting about. I just want to know.
That's the other thing. What are y'all protesting about, and why does it need to be at the NBA? First of all, you probably protested to the wrong crowd anyway.
and that
Like, we
part.
don't give a damn about none of these causes. What are y'all talking about?
Mhm.
I want to know though, man. Somebody got to give me the backstory. I want to know what they're protesting about.
It's a lot.
Is it any different than any some crazed Wahite man running across the football field naked trying to?
That's just them trying to show
That's
out.
just-
But
yeah, that's just showing.
this
They
is supposed to be an
protesting.
actual protest. So
Mhm.
anyway, the final story of the night is a sad one, ladies and gentlemen. I have to admit, it is a sad one. Y'all heard about Steph Curry's parents are divorcing.
Mhm.
Well, once you file with the courts, all that's
Public
public
news.
record now. So
Mhm.
all the issues hitting the fan. So according to TMZ, court records are revealing that the exes are accusing each other of cheating. Dale is saying that Sonya cheated on him with his friend from college, Steve Johnson. He named names. Steve Johnson, and they secretly moved in together. And Sonya saying, well, nigga, you've been cheating on me since you've been in the NBA.
Oh,
So all I'm doing is giving you a taste of your own medicine. And since these kids are left, and that was the only reason I stayed anyway. Surprise, ninja.
But why put their business out, man? Why?
They filed for divorce, bro. That's what happens. Once you
But you
file
can-
for divorce, it's public record.
But do we really need TMZ to go dig into their shit and put it out?
We didn't need it, but that's what happened.
mm-hmm.
And they had to know that's what was going to happen.
People don't got to the point they'll call TMZ.
Yeah, Dale said he just thinks Sonya's coming for his money so she can support her lifestyle with her new man. And I need to help Dale out. You damn
How long they been married?
Hold on, Mama Noise. I need people to hear this. Dale, she is coming after your money so she can support. That's just how it is, Dale.
They've been married for 20. They've been married over 20 years, I think.
30 years. 30 years.
They've been married for a
So if
minute.
you think she thinks she about to be out on these streets broke because you've been cheating on her and she finally got tired of it, bruh, you wildin'.
I heard they weren't even living together. They were just like, in other words, we married, but they ain't living together.
Mama, no, you're not hearing what I'm saying? I'm telling you, that's what happened. She moved in with her new boo.
You can file what you want. I ain't got to sign shit.
She did it differently than what he did.
Mm.
You know, he was just out in these NBA streets cheating and carrying on.
That was great.
She waited until the last girl got married, and then she said, "Okay, now I'm gonna move on with my life."
Mm.
These kids are old enough to understand that their daddy is trash, and so now I can go on and
Dang.
See, I like the story better when I only knew that they was divorcing after 30 years. I was sad because there was a divorce not 30 years. That's a family breaking up. That's where I was.
I don't want to see a family break up like that either, Ron. But it sounds like Dale broke that family a long time ago.
Yeah, but I didn't need TMZ to give me all that rest of that backstory. Let me stick with my misery of two black people separating. Let me stick.
That ain't the world we live in, bro. You
Now,
know.
I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
He cheated. She cheated.
Why are we so ignorant as a people that we give the TMZs, Wahites, the ability to publicize and
Yeah.
$5,000. $5,000 per incident.
But still, we don't understand the impact that the ending of that marriage, as public as it was, the ending of that marriage will have on us as blacks down the line.
Yeah.
Because you're telling us that we can't stay married to death do us part.
Mm-hmm.
You people had the money, you had the successful kids, you had the life, and you still couldn't make it work. So
should they have stayed married, cuz?
Well, listen, all that I could do, I don't do because I know it's going to have an impact on others.
But should they have stayed married is the question, though.
Listen. My point is, should she have filed for divorce? Sure, if he's been cheating all these years. But he should have been responsible enough to know that, man, I got it all. Why would I throw it away? Why would I affect my community? We all walk around to we pro-black, and we all, you ain't pro-black shit. Because you are destroying the image that needs to be out there of black people. And
to be fair, the court records indicate that both parties are accusing one another of cheating.
Right.
So
but she's saying I did it because of what you did. You historically have been cheating on me, and finally I just got tired of it and went and got some happiness.
So she did it as payback.
Translation, that's bullshit.
She just did it
tit for tat. That's bullshit.
We said that earlier. You are responsible for what you do. You can't blame somebody else.
Because to answer your question originally, why do people go to TMZ and put their money out there, put all that out there? It's for the money.
Oh yeah.
People got to make life decisions. Do I need $5,000 to put food on the table and keep the lights on, or give a story about Dale Carey and his wife? I'm giving this story.
But even if TMZ dug it up and they didn't give it to TMZ, we giving TMZ too much material to choose from. We lived a life that gave them the material.
Yeah.
You're right.
I hate it, but it's
they're gonna go broke. Well, I'm not famous, but they're gonna go broke waiting on me to get a divorce.
So they filed
back in August of last year.
Damn.
And it's just now, but they sorting out his, whatever his net worth was, and I mean, it ain't gonna be no easy divorce, especially when the accusations like this. Because if unless they can come to something amicable, which to me, if everybody know we done cheated, then let's just go on. Let's just go on and separate amicably and figure it out quietly.
Let's just kiss and say goodbye.
Another one that hurt me was this recent one. The black guy who made his mama famous and rich is now getting divorced. What's his name?
Made his mama?
Anthony. Come on, y'all. Blackish.
Anthony Anderson.
Oh, Anthony Anderson. Yeah.
That's another one that hurt me. I don't know Anthony, but I mean, I'm just saying. With Black love.
What did he do? What happened to him?
Huh?
What happened to him?
Oh, he getting a divorce.
Get a divorce.
Oh shit.
He's been married a long time.
Yeah.
Another one.
Yeah, we talked about it a while back where, we was all like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. But then, then all of a sudden the reports start rolling out of all of his indiscretion.
Yeah.
Should he stay or should they split?
But his wife had done threatened to divorce him on like more than numerous occasions. But I think this time she's
maybe black men should just stop cheating, and then that way a lot of this would gotta stop cheating.
You want them to take accountability, Lord. Is that what you're trying to say?
I mean, it feels like that could be the quickest route to shutting TMZ down. Just do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
I mean, listen. The
just
way we found out about
Warren.
When we found out about James Harden.
So I'm gonna help you in the show. So Mama Noise, if black women will let loose some of their freak, man probably wouldn't cheat.
What'd you say?
Huh?
What'd you say?
Huh? I didn't say nothing.
I know you didn't.
Oh my God. Tomorrow we doing our Talk That Tuesday. We kind of paused on the Will Smith conversation. We knew we were going to talk about it tomorrow. Can you truly be cleansed of your past? Because Will is over in India trying to be cleansed of his past, have his colon cleansed thoroughly.
Stop it.
And so he's
saying no colon cleanse.
It is a colon cleanse.
So that's topic number one. And then to Ron's point, do we have a sex education problem in America? Is there some parts of the conversation of sex education that are being left out, which is the parts where black men end up cheating? Is that where are we having thorough sex education conversations? Thorough sex education conversation.
No.
Because something is wrong with the education.
So you're giving black men another excuse?
I'm not giving
because they're not properly educated. That's why they're going out cheating.
Maybe I don't know. We'll discuss it tomorrow. I don't know if I'm giving them an excuse. I'm just trying to ask the right questions because I want to know why it keeps happening.
Well, I'm saying the overall. I don't know about the cheating part, but the overall. If we can't even say what it's called, listen here, Albie. What's it called? What's a woman's body part called?
Coochie.
Hoo-ha.
Al says it's a hoo-ha.
Hoo-ha. There was AJ. Punani.
I'm just saying the grown folks.
That was on the show the other night. I called it a knockbox.
See, they have all these names other than the actual.
We are on the show. We are on the show, and we can't literally just come out and call a cat a cat.
Yeah, but that's
Virginia Slim. Hey.
Everybody loves to rub a cat every now and then.
You know what?
Oh my goodness. Real quick before we go, shout out to Man Talk Monday for their second anniversary. Appreciate them. And all that they doing over there. Shout out to them.
2 years.
2 years.
Did you come up with a name for the show next week? What are you, Dr. what? Dr. Chocolate? Dr.
What?
Dr. Chocolate. Oh Lord.
He's talking about because Lloyd said it should be called Aphrodisiac Hour.
Dear Bambi.
Ooh.
Dear Bambi. Ah.
Bambi.
Did you get it? Dear D-E-R.
My dear. I like that. I like Dear Bambi.
I mean, I put a petition out there for a sex therapist, and I'm telling you, I've had at least
get them. We got a sex therapist. Her name is Mama Noise.
15, but I'm saying I kind of petitioned my sorors to find out, and I didn't realize that.
Draw straws and pull 7 of them up, and that'll be your next Women Talk Wednesday.
Yeah, you ain't got you doing the most. We got to talk about that in production.
What?
Because when you go out and try to find somebody more expert than you are, they're not going to bring that to the table that you can't bring.
Oh, thank you, honey.
We'll talk about it. You ain't getting it. You don't even know the lesson. All that's going on this week. So y'all be ready when we get there. Until then, that's Mama Noise over there. And that's Al B way over there. And that's Cuz down there. And that's Ron way down there. And I'm Mr. Noise. And that's our show. Stop cheating.
We're talking NOIZ.